Hi friends, welcome to our channel. This is Winter Wanderlust. I'm Lauren Winter.
And I'm Chris Winter.
And we are starting a new channel to kind of just document our travels, things like that. So we're going to start off with a video in preparation for our upcoming Alaska cruise. We're going to be going out of San Francisco on the Ruby Princess. And this is our first Alaska cruise, but we have been on another cold weather cruise before. We did a Norway cruise a few years back. So we're going to be using insights from our experiences on that cruise, what worked, what didn't work, in preparation for this upcoming cruise. Okay, so we're going to start with what to wear on port excursions. So we're going to go into 4 different ports. We're going into Ketchikan, Juneau, Haines, and Prince Rupert. We were supposed to be going into Victoria, which would have been more like a kind of city day, but our itinerary got changed. We don't know much about Prince Rupert, but we are going to be doing a rainforest hike that day. So most of what we're going to be doing is going to be very much outdoors, kind of active. One thing that we found in Norway is that you really want to dress in layers, even though you're going to a very cold weather climate. In the summer, on days when it's not rainy, when the clouds kind of clear up, we noticed in Norway that there were definitely times that the sun would come out and it would be a very bright sun, very hot, and I really regretted some of the things that I wore those days. So we have, as kind of a bottom layer, I am wearing a tank top underneath this kind of lighter flannel. So I have a few of these kind of button-up flannel shirts, and then for kind of a warm weather layer, a warmth layer, I have this vest to kind of keep some of the warmth in. You want to wear another layer, which Chris is going to hand me now. So this is just a simple light rain jacket. I wore this exact jacket in Norway a few years ago. It's very light. It has some waterproof pockets that you can put your phone in and things like that. And the good thing about this one is it doesn't look really bulky and big, but it does go over some of your bulkier warm layers. So this one also has some color blocking, so it's a little bit more flattering, even though I'm having to put it over something very bulky. And so it also has a hood, so it should keep you dry if you do run into any rain. Then I've also got, I've got kind of a variation on this for each day. This is another kind of maroon vest with a very similar material. I got all of these kind of flannel shirts through Stitch Fix with a few different shipments that I got, mostly for fall, but I think they work pretty well for an Alaskan cruise. So once again, I'll probably just wear this with my black vest over it and the rain jacket. Then I have this kind of dark chambray so that I'm not wearing flannel every single day, but I think this also kind of works as well. It's a little bit of a lighter layer that can be layered on top. For days when we might be doing a little bit more kind of hiking, things like that, I'm planning to wear this North Face kind of puffy. It's kind of a puffy coat, but it's not too thick to carry around. So I got this a few years ago at an outlet store, so I didn't have to pay full price. It's pretty breathable, mostly pretty waterproof as well, but I did try it underneath this rain jacket and it worked fine. It still wasn't too bulky under that. If we do have to take off some layers some days, if the sun comes out, it does get very warm. I did get this small kind of sling backpack. It has these kind of ropes that actually make it a little bit more comfortable to wear for a long trip. And I did try folding up both the purple kind of puffy coat and this jacket. Thank you, Chris. So I was able to actually fold this up. I'm not going to do it all the way, but you can see it folds up pretty small, and then you can stick it kind of in the hood So even though it is a puffy coat, you can fold it pretty small. And this, of course, you can roll it pretty small as well. And I managed to fit both of those in this big pocket of this pretty small backpack. So if needed, I can do that so that I don't have to carry around the excess layers all day. All right, so something else to keep in mind for wearing on excursion days, for the bottom layer, I'm just really gonna wear jeans, I think, every day. I did buy some waterproof pants for our Norway trip and I never wore them. I just bought them off Amazon and they didn't really look the way that I thought they would. They were a little bulky, so I'm just going to, Chris is gonna take these from me. So I'm just gonna wear jeans every day and I'm gonna hope for the best that it doesn't get too, that I'm not too miserable wearing wet jeans all day. We will see. And then to keep my ears warm, my ears get very cold very easily.
They do.
And so I've got, I prefer these kind of slouchy beanies. You could wear whatever beanies, but I'm gonna be wearing a few of these slouchy beanies. These have kind of fleece on the inside so they don't itch your head too bad. So this is the same kind of brand. And then I've got this other just kind of simple knit beanie that's pretty lightweight that I'm gonna be wearing. So these are the shoes that I wore in Norway. These are just kind of duck boots. They do have Sherpa lining. And so these actually are not the ones that I had ordered. Amazon sent me these. They look similar to the ones that I ordered, so it was fine. So the thing is about these, I wore these in Norway one day when we went to Geiranger Fjord. We went all the way up to the top of the mountain and it was actually snowing and we actually were kind of walking around in snow a little bit. So it was great for that. But then that same day, even though it was July, we did have the snow. And then the same day when we came back down the mountain, the sky cleared up. The sun came out and it was a very, very bright sun because we were so far north. And it was very, very hot and my feet were just sweating. So I really regretted wearing these. Even if I had brought extra shoes that were lighter, these would have been really annoying to carry around all day for the rest of the day. So I'm not going to be wearing those this time. Instead, I'm going to be wearing these, which are just waterproof hiking shoes that are pretty lightweight. I got these from REI, and I actually wore these in Costa Rica. We went to Costa Rica last year, and these were a pretty good shoe, even though that was a pretty warm weather climate. So if it does get warm again, if the sun comes out, I shouldn't have to worry too much about these shoes being too warm, but they should also still keep my feet dry for the most part. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is formal night. So if you are going to Alaska not on a cruise, you probably don't have to worry about formal night because obviously that's pretty exclusive to cruise ships, I think. So we have a long cruise since we're going out of San Francisco. It's actually a 10-day cruise. So that means that we're gonna have 2 formal nights. So we have 2 nights that we need to dress up. So the first night I'm planning to wear, Chris is going to model for me, this it's kind of a jersey knit material, but I think it looks mostly pretty formal, even though it's just kind of a cocktail dress.
Yeah, much better on her than me.
Thank you. So I wore this to a trip that we did in Vegas with our friends who are actually joining us on this cruise. So they will see me wear that again, but that's fine. So that's what I'm going to be wearing the first formal night. The second formal night, I'm planning to wear this maxi. Both of these I got from Stitch Fix as well. I get a lot of things from Stitch Fix. I normally would think to wear something that looks a little bit more formal, for a formal night on a cruise. But because we're doing an Alaskan cruise and not like a Caribbean cruise, we noticed on our Norway trip, like we had to pack a lot of bulkier layers and things. And so I'm gonna wear that more casual dress, but it's a longer dress. So it should help, you know, keep my
Keep
legs a
warm.
little warmer than just another cocktail dress. And then for shoes, I'm only gonna wear one. I'm only gonna bring one pair of heels. So these kind of go with a lot of things because they're just a nude pair of closed-toed heels so that my toes don't get too cold. Okay, so next we're gonna plan for at-sea days. We have a lot of at-sea days since we are going out of San Francisco because it takes so long to get to the ports in Alaska from San Francisco rather than if we were going out of Seattle or Vancouver like a lot of Alaska cruises. So for at-sea days, because it will be very different from a Caribbean cruise, I'm going to be wearing a lot of kind of sweaters, you know, kind of bigger sweaters.
Really thin.
Yeah, a little bit thin, but I can always throw on another jacket or something.
Good for layering.
Yes. So this is one example. Here's another one. This is an old Disney sweater I got from a Disney outlet at one point that I never actually wore, but I think it'll work well on this cruise. Then we have, this is a pretty big oversized sweater that I plan to wear. I plan to wear a lot of these with jeggings. I normally would wear leggings, but I'm gonna wear jeggings instead because I think they will be a little bit warmer. Also, this is a little bit of a more fitted sweater. This is from Culk, which is a brand that I think is local to San Francisco, at least local to California. So we buy a lot of their things, and this is unisex, but it's a small, and it fits pretty well. This is another Culk zip up. I like to wear these when I go on planes usually, because I like being able to zip up and down, and it's got the Golden Gate right there, Golden Gate on the back, to represent the Bay Area. I don't know if I mentioned, we specifically chose to go out of San Francisco because we live an hour away. We moved to California a few years ago, and so that's our home now, and this will be our first trip like this where we don't have to fly, so we're very excited about that because flying is usually the most stressful part of the trip, I think. Also, speaking of San Francisco, I'm planning to bring this hat with the Golden Gate Bridge on it. So I bought this hat in SFO actually. If you're in, I think it was Terminal 2, we flew out to go back to South Carolina where we're from for a wedding, and I bought this hat in this store called, I think it was We Are SFC, and they had a lot of very cool locally made and designed apparel and just all kinds of very cool stuff. As far as shoes, I probably will bring a pair of flip-flops just in case we go to the hot tub.
Or the pool.
I won't go to the pool. Chris might go to the pool.
I will.
I have very little tolerance for cold, but Chris might go into the pool, so we'll probably bring some flip-flops, but I'm also going to bring some teaks. I've had these for a bit. These are the Heritage Plaid teaks. I'm now bringing my leather teaks because it's probably going to be rainy, so these are the vegan teaks. They are this kind of cloth material, so I thought that might be a little bit better to wear just in case it does rain. Then I've just got these Adidas kind of running shoes. These are not at all waterproof, but just on the ship, you know, walking around, they should work fine.
If you go to the gym.
If I go to the gym, which I never do. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for what I'm going to be wearing for our Alaskan cruise. We have about 24 days left, so we're very excited.
Yep. Can't come soon enough.
Yep. So again, this is our channel, Winter Wanderlust. I'm Lauren Winter.
I'm Chris Winter.
This is Evie Winter. And she will not be joining us on the cruise. But she does like to be in our videos sometimes. So we are hoping to make some more content, more videos on our actual cruise. Okay, we're gonna try this again without Evie.
Okay.
So, with just the two of us. Once again, this is Winter Wanderlust, our new channel that we started mainly just to kind of
Document our travels.
document our travels. So we hope you enjoyed it. If not, we had a good time.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to putting out more videos as we have more to show. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.